What's good? How you doing? It's your girl D, back with another video. So in a interesting impulse buy, I picked up the new Kat Von D limited edition 10th anniversary palette. And I have to say I've got some thoughts about it. I did use it to create this look here. It was a fairly simple one, not too many shades that were necessary. This palette is 16 different shades. They are all new, inspired by her different muses and actually people who inspired her. Like, some of these shades have actual people names, such as Nancy or Gina or Catherine the second, actually, or Catherine squared, whichever, I'm not sure. Adele. Then there's also Malice or Egypt or Lala. And so this is part of a full collection. The entire collection for the 10th anniversary, as we adjust, the entire collection for the 10th anniversary, there is a brush set, there is a chain case, there is an eyeliner, which I did pick up as well too, her limited edition tattoo eyeliner. There's a lipstick, there's a new highlight, there's a compact mirror. You can get these at Sephora's website, or you can get them from her website as well. The entire collection also comes in like a big ass massive set for I think maybe $364. So if you got that kind of money to blow, feel free. But if you want to see how it is that we created this nice little eyeshadow look and my thoughts about the eyeshadow palette, stay tuned after the jump.
You see me already have part of the shade Gina applied, and that is because my camera glitched out and the file was corrupted. So I do apologize, had to switch out the battery, get that going. But the first shade that we applied is Gina with a crease brush, and then we're going in with the shade Ashley, which is kind of a peachy orange type shade, and helping to make a nice good transition and gradient. In between, you'll see me using a color switch as well. Now I'm going in with a big fluffy all over lid brush and using the shade Malice to ensure that I've got enough color payoff, as well as to ensure that the three eyeshadows blend well and have a nice gradient. This palette is lovely, and I like how bright and fun and colorful it is. I know that all of the shades are named after a particular individual or muse or piece of inspiration that Kat Von D drew inspiration from. And I think that it's great that she paid homage to those individuals with naming them, be it a place, be it an individual, after these particular shades. Again, a lot of repetition goes into proper blending to ensure that your gradient and your transition are not stark, that they flow smoothly, that the colors literally bleed into one another, and that it's not stark or harsh. Last but not least, taking a detail brush and going in with the inner eye highlight in the inner corner of my eye using the shade Egypt. And I misspoke. I know that she said she was inspired by places, but Egypt is a person. Now going in with the special 10th anniversary edition of her tattoo eyeliner in the shade Trooper. Now, later in the video, I will cover that there actually is not a formula or product difference between this version of her eyeliner and the traditional one that's been a cult favorite for so many folks. However, the packaging is definitely a step up. There's still the same amount of product that's found within the eyeliners, but the way that this particular eyeliner handle, pen, stylus, case, whatever, the way that that is designed does make quite a bit of difference in how it is that this product applied. And I will go ahead and detail that a little bit later in the video. So there you are. Quick little look.
All right, so back at it. This look was completed with this particular shade of lipstick, and I don't know what it is because the bottom sticker is gone, and I'm sorry, but it is from Kat Von D, and I figured that it would be good to use for the look. Overall, the shadows, I love Kat's formula. You know, that's quality. She is all vegan, and I love her shadows and the pigmentation. I did bring you guys some swatches. I did take pictures. I still have them here. So we've got the top row here and then the bottom row here. And I'll also go ahead and float these above as I talk about them. Now, some of the shades, I was actually pretty surprised to see how well it showed up on my extra dark skin. I've been out in the yard doing some yard work, so I'm starting to get that different shades of skin in different regions that are exposed to the sun. And my arms are darker than my face, but these shadows showed up. The shadows showed up. They were pigmented. They applied smooth. I did have to work a smidgen to blend them, and I don't know if it's just because I had difficulty with my eyeshadow primer or not. I wound up, instead of using concealer, I wound up just using my Urban Decay, the minor, or I'm not minor sin, but the eyeshadow primer potion in caffeine. I wound up just using that again and blending on top. I was quite surprised to see that some of these shades had a little bit of a color shift to them, but really some of these shades are giving me a Serpentina vibe. If you've ever had the Serpentina palette, how that was 8 shades and then a little glitter pigment too. That's what Egypt reminds me of, is that glitter pigment. And then there was a very stark blue, there was a red, there was a purple that was in there. So I'm getting a little bit of a Serpentina vibe that Kat Von D previously released, but this is 16 different shades. Now, she spent quite a long time, according to her website and Fun Trivia, she spent months designing the cover for this particular palette. It also is engraved with her signature. The full collection, I think, is genuinely autographed. That's available directly from her website. Now, with this being super limited edition, it's completely different from her typical aesthetic, which is dark black, silver lettering. So this is bright gold. It definitely catches your attention. I didn't want to get the brushes because I've got some Kat Von D brushes, and they are, I love the handle, you know. I do absolutely love the handle. I love how fluffy the brushes perform. I love the vegan premise behind it as well too, but I just, like, y'all know me, I'll blow some money on some stuff, but I couldn't bring myself to buy the brush set. The highlight does look interesting. I may wait to see if this collection goes in stores to swatch that. She also has a compact mirror. Ain't nobody tripping off of the compact mirror. She does have a everlasting lip glitter that's gold. I've got some with Bite Beauty, so I'm good with that. And then a studded lip kiss, studded lipstick that's in a reddish shade. Some of it I passed on because it's just genuinely stuff that I don't need. But some of it, like, you know, I wanted to go ahead and get the shadow palette to support as well. I love her shadow palettes. I've got quite a few of them. Now, this tattoo eyeliner. There is a slight difference between the tattoo eyeliner and the limited edition anniversary one as well as the regular one, and this is bigger. And it almost feels like it's metal. I know it probably is some type of extra high class plastic, but it feels heavier because it is bigger in size. This is 0.55. It's the same amount of product. In regards of what it is that you get, both of them are 0.55 milliliters, but the tattoo liner, the traditional one, black and silver. The Anniversary is black and gold. It also has her signature on the cap, if you can see that, and also her signature stars are adorning the eyeliner as well. I feel like I have a better level of control with my eyeliner with this because it's meteor. You know, meteor, like not falling stars, but meteor isn't, it's meaty. It's a little bit girthier, I guess, you know, bigger something to hold in my hand. So I really appreciated how this performed. I don't know, maybe it's gimmicky because it's the exact same thing, but just slightly different packaging or whatever. But I feel like this is better than the normal one. I may pick up another one of these just to have, but other than that, do you need it? Not necessarily. Depending upon if you've invested in Kat Von D recently, you may not want to. But also, because it is limited edition, it is a 10th anniversary, so these items aren't going to be available for terribly long. Some of them might be good to pick up if you are a collector and you want to go ahead and have pretty brushes on display. Y'all already know what it is that I rock back there. It ain't nothing fancy. But if that tickles your fancy and you want to go ahead and invest in the brushes or the train case, maybe the lipstick to have because of the limited edition packaging, I don't blame you. You know, the shit's pretty. It really is. Now the eyeshadow palette, 16 shades, 52, that's good for a Kat Von D palette because my metal matte is, I think, maybe 23 or 24 shades, and that was closer to 60 than anything else. Saint and Sinner was around that range as well. The pan size is about the same as the Saints and Sinner palette. The 10-year anniversary collection, specially designed by Kat Von D. Pans are 1.7 grams or 0.06 ounces each. The expiry is 12 months. It is advertised, because there's the cruelty-free, the little bunny logo that adorns a lot of makeup these days. But then this also says vegan on here. It is a fingerprint magnet, unfortunately, so if you're trying to keep this special but also actively use it, nah fam, nah fam. Other than that, you know, the shades, one minor grievance that I have, but it's also the same grievance that I share every time that there's a palette design like this. The shade names are not actually imprinted on the palette itself right there by the shadows. You will find it on the back of the box as well as on the back of the palette itself. Again, I do apologize for those fingerprints. The good thing that I like about them being on the back of the box is that they actually are color coordinated, whereas here you'd have to do a little bit more matchy-matchy to see which shade it is and know what name it is that you were utilizing. Overall, I don't think the collection itself is worthwhile, but I do think that there are select items that could be of interest to you. Brown girls, I think that you could get use out of a lot of these shades. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, low-key 5, because I did try to experiment with this eye a little bit more than usual. So I used 4 to 5 shades, but I can see different smoky eyes with this. I can see the color shift in the shade. The color shift in the shade Alexandra, I believe. Yes. So Alexandra looks pink, kind of with an orange undertone, but the color shift in there is wild. You know, we got pink and gold reflex basically. Then there's also some red color shift in this shade Helly. So kind of a turquoise with a red and green color shift. The others are more traditional. The mattes, again, they did show up very well. The shimmer shades were beautiful. You know, like, Kat Von D can make a shimmer shade. Like, yes. Again, I don't necessarily think you need to get everything. Of course, if you want to, it's your world, squirrel. Feel free. But I don't think that you absolutely need everything in this collection. Though a few items might be good to go ahead and pick up anyways. Again, you can get these items direct from Kat Von D's website, as well as Sephora's website too. Again, they are limited edition since it is the 10th anniversary, so stay tuned. Don't wait too late to pick it up. As always, thank you ever so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit your girl up in the comment section. If you are new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you back on my channel. But if you're not here for me, my shenanigans, my opinions, or anything else it is that you don't like, that's fine. There's an X. There is an X in that corner. That one. For you to click, get your life, and get off my channel. But if you are here for my shenanigans, you're beautiful, amazing, wonderful, spectacular. And if no one else has told you, I appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful day.